How's it going, folks? Jonathan Orale Perez here. I am one half of one minority and a white guy. And so I'm doing this video to give you guys the backstory and the history of OMAAWG and how it came to be. A little bit of a quick backstory to myself. I am Jonathan Perez, of course. I was born in Mexico, so I speak Spanish fluently. I was raised in Seattle, Washington, though, so I'm a city boy at heart. It's just the way that it is. I'm currently residing in Montana. And so, long story on how I got from point A to point B. That's not what we're here about, though. This is about OMAAWG. So, I moved to Montana in 2009. Went to school here, high school here to be exact. And I met my first of many friends, Grady Floyd. Now, we met through very interesting circumstances, which I will not get into at this point in time. Let's just say a woman was involved. That should say enough. And we quickly became good friends, best of friends, honestly, to the point where he and I were really kind of inseparable, and we were always hanging out. And I remember one time, and this leads into how OMAAWG was created. One time, we went ahead and we went to one of our favorite pizza shops in Whitefish, which is a town nearby here. It's near the middle school, and so we went there to have some pizza, and we sat down, and we knew the owner, so we were just talking, shooting the shit, having a good time. And we noticed on the board that they had certain menu items that were named after people, and we asked, hey, how do we get something named after us? And they're like, well, you have to create something, and it has to become popular enough that people order it. So we're like, okay, we'll give it a shot. And so me and Grady sat down and just kind of started talking about food and what we could create that made sense to us. And so him being white came up with, potatoes and ham and sauerkraut and baked beans and this and that. Me being Mexican, I was like, okay, how about some whole beans, some jalapenos, and a tortilla? And we're laughing and having a good time. And the owners, are like, oh, that sounds interesting. What would you name it? And Grady and I just sat there for a second, and he looks at me, and he's like, well, you're one minority. And I looked back, and I'm like, and you're a white guy. And that was that. It just clicked. One minority and a white guy. And it just was so perfect that we loved it and kept it. And at that time, he and I were also getting into YouTubers that did Let's Plays and all that kind of stuff. And we had this idea of, okay, he and I are funny, people like us, people think we're hilarious, why don't we put that in video form and start doing a YouTube channel? And our other mutual friend, Caleb, who'd I known very well for a while as well, we talked to him because he was doing some stuff with that as well. And we kind of had this agreement of, okay, let's help each other out, this is what we got planned, this is what we're going to do. And so we teamed up, we partnered up, and me and Grady went ahead and we had some guest stars show up to help us out. Chris Reyna, his then roommate. Cody Volkman, who shows up later in the story, who was helping us not just with recording, but also editing. We all did our own editing, so it was rough, but it was nice when you had multiple people. So, yeah, we had that going. And then Grady decided that he wanted to work in North Dakota. Because why not? Good money, right? Nobody could blame him. We got it, he left, and then I was kind of left without a white guy. So Chris, by the way, Grady's former roommate, is half Mexican. Wasn't gonna cut it. I need a full white. So Cody, I talked to him, and he was just as big a fan of the YouTubers that I watched. So we agreed, okay, you're gonna be my white guy. And we started recording, and by this time it was like 2011. And so we started recording, editing, saving up videos. We had a regular time schedule that we wanted to post them on. And then life happened again. He had some personal stuff going on in his life. I had some stuff going on in my life. And we just had to abandon OMAAWG for the time being. And we took a 3-year hiatus now. And a lot has happened in that time. He's getting married. Congratulations, by the way. I'm planning on moving back to Washington. I mean, big things are happening in everybody's life, but I missed OMAAWG. I couldn't get away from it. It's my baby. And so I contacted Newby again after not talking to him a while. Not because things ended badly or anything, just like I said, life got in the way, people went their own ways. But I contacted him again, and I was like, hey, Newby, look, I want to get back into it. I can't get away from it. I can't get the thought of OMAAWG out of my head recently, and we need to do it again. It's a golden opportunity. And he quickly replied, and he's like, no, I'm glad you got back to me. I fully agree. Here's what I want. Here's what I got planned. This is what I want to do with both channels. What do you think? And I quickly jumped on board. And Caleb Newby went ahead and became the third white guy in One Minority and a White Guy. So I've kind of gone through white guys quite quickly. This kind of sounds really weird, doesn't it? You know what you know what the fuck I mean, so give me a minute here. No, Caleb and I get along really well. We both have determination, ambitions. We both push each other to the limit and strive to do our best. So I could not be happier with the direction that this channel and everything is going. And that's kind of just the quick summary of OMAAWG. We're doing a podcast as of right now. We're also going to be doing Let's Plays in the future and everything of that sort. So we're doing everything in the technology industry. So computers, cameras, cell phones, games, consoles, everything we're going to cover. Anything big and major we're going to bring to you. And so that's our mission. That's what we want to do. And that is really all I've wanted. So finally, the boyhood dream is coming true. And I've got, everybody that's watching this that helped me get to where I am now. Grady, Chris, Cody, anybody, thank you for everything. And I'm excited to see what happens and where we go from here. So it's only up from here, honestly. So, yeah, no, that's the quick story of One Minority and a White Guy. So if you got any questions, comments, concerns, just post them down below. You can tweet me. I'll be putting my Twitter in the bio. Instagram, whatever works. We'll be tagging it all on here. So, yeah, other than that, I'm pretty sure Caleb is going to be doing his own video with his version of, well, not his version, his perspective of how all this transpired from his side. Because, like I said, there was that 2-year hiatus that I didn't talk to him or see him. We kept in touch, but nothing too rigid or, set in stone. I'm curious to see how things went on his end during those 2 years. But we're back together now. The boys are back in town. We're going to really put 110% into this to get it up and going. And I'm positive that we can do it. With your guys' help, of course. We wouldn't be doing this without fans. So thank you for watching. Thank you for liking the video, for subscribing. Let your friends know. Put it on Facebook. And just subscribe and, keep on keeping on. Just wait for the next video, for more content. Oh, excuse me, I'm dying here. Probably talking too much. This is like the third take I've done. And these are, 10 minutes long. So, anyways, thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. Again, Jonathan Orale Perez talking about One Minority and a White Guy, the history of, and stay tuned for the other side of One Minority and a White Guy. This time, the white guy's perspective. Stay tuned. You guys have a good night or a good day. Whatever works. Adios.